Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be sharing my thoughts on the Guerlain L'essentiel Natural Glow Foundation 16-hour wear. This was recently launched on the Sephora US website, but I know it's been available for a very long time in other regions of the world. This is one of the foundation launches that I have truly been anticipating. I marked the date on my calendar, and I think it was the very first thing I did that morning was wake up and order this foundation. So this is something that I have been watching reviews on for such a long time, and just about everybody gives it 5 stars. I think right now it currently has 5 stars on Sephora. So I had very high expectations of this foundation. It is, of course, what I am wearing today on my face, and I want to begin by talking a little bit more about it just in case you aren't familiar. So this foundation retails for $60. It's made up of 97% naturally derived ingredients, which is huge from a big brand like Guerlain. I think there have been so many sweeping changes and movements in the beauty industry, and this is one that I am very excited about. They're marketing this change as a point of difference and a selling point for this foundation. So I think the more consumers ask for and demand more natural ingredients. We want natural, we don't want chemicals, we don't want fragrances added to everything, but we don't want to sacrifice luxury. More and more brands are going to jump on board. It's not a change that's going to happen overnight, but that's something that the moment you research this foundation, it's one of the first things that you're going to read about it. It has a natural glow finish, medium but buildable coverage. It's available in 30 different shades, and I picked up 03N, so it has a neutral undertone and it's 3 shades in. It contains red algae and terra gum extract, which helps defend against pollutants, and white cocoa bean extract to protect the skin's natural hydration barrier. This foundation is said to be best suited for normal, combination, dry, and oily skin types. And that is not a claim that I am making. It's something that I read. I can only speak from my personal experience, and today is day 3 of me testing out this foundation. In fact, we don't even have this in my store yet, so I haven't had the chance to try it out on any of my makeup clients. That's a lot of times a really good way for me to judge whether or not my experience is something unique or if other people are experiencing the same thing as I am. I have pretty normal to combination skin. I tend to get a little bit oily just in my T-zone throughout the end of a long day, but I also live in a very hot, very humid climate. So if you live somewhere very arid, very hot, very cold, that may influence your opinion of this foundation. So just something to keep in mind. It is formulated to be used with a special brush, which I did not purchase. I instead opted to just use it with my Marc Jacobs, this is the Face 3 blending brush, and it works just perfectly. So let me go ahead and show you the application. I like to give the foundation a little shake before I apply, and the bottle fits perfectly in the palm of my hand, so I don't have to worry about accidentally sending it flying across the room. The bottle was designed to be disruptive and was actually inspired by the subtle art of balance. So you can see it's a very non-traditional bottle, which is very beautiful. The cap simply pops off, and then I'm going to do 2 pumps on the back of my hand. I'm not going in with the brush that was created for this product. Instead, I'm just using my Marc Jacobs. I like how with just one swipe, it gives really beautiful coverage, glow. It just perfects the skin really nicely. The smooth texture of this foundation truly glides across the skin like silk. It makes for a very effortless, very seamless application that is incredibly fast and easy to achieve. While they describe this foundation as being medium coverage but buildable, I would say that it's more medium to full coverage. You can truly achieve maximum impact with very minimal product. So if you love coverage, this is going to be perfect for you. And of course, you can always stipple a little bit more foundation in those trouble areas that you may want to conceal. If you prefer more light coverage, simply use less product and then sheer it out with your brush. One thing that you'll notice right off the bat, especially if you are used to using Guerlain products, a lot of their powders are heavily scented, and it's one thing that almost hits you in the face the moment you open the compact. But with this foundation, it has really not any type of smell at all. I mean, I think you can probably smell some of the botanicals that are inside, but it doesn't smell incredibly scented whatsoever. It's quite pleasant actually, but it's certainly not strong. So now that my foundation is set on my face, I'm going to go ahead and finish my makeup. This is the finished makeup look for today, and I believe I mentioned earlier that this is day 3 of me testing out this foundation. During my previous 2 trials, I found that it wore beautifully throughout the day. It really lasted, it maintained its integrity, there was no breaking up or oxidation or clinging to dry patches or anything out of the ordinary that would affect my initial opinion of this foundation, which is that I really love it. It truly has exceeded all expectations, and I would consider this Guerlain foundation to be right there on the same level as the Givenchy Everwear, the Dior Air Flash, and my top foundation choices. I did not leave it on for 16 hours. I just usually don't wear my makeup for that long, but I do love and appreciate that performance and longevity is one of the claims of this foundation. In fact, on the website, it says naturalness, performance, you can have both. So they wanted to create a foundation that was light and looked very natural, but still wore beautifully throughout the day. So if you are somebody who wakes up very early at the crack of dawn and you have a long work day and well into a business dinner in the evening, this could be the perfect foundation for you. I also love just the finish. I love how it feels on the skin. It is incredibly lightweight. I would recommend using a primer. I think on the website I also saw that they recommended an oil primer and then face oil, a lot of oils on the skin. I think that would give you maybe a extra dewy look. I think if you're very dry, you could prime your face with oil, but I've really enjoyed using this product with the Allure Radiance Primer. So it does give you a little bit of glow, but it's thin and it creates that nice smooth layer so that when you apply the foundation, it just goes on like butter. It just instantly smooths out your complexion. And the brush that I'm using, the Marc Jacobs, it is so fast, so easy. It's seamless. It truly is a beautiful foundation. Something interesting that I read about the foundation on their website is that there is still a fragrance added to it. Even though it's not a very strong, powdery fragrance the moment you apply the foundation, it still has a musky, woody fragrance that opens with a white almond top note. The delicate middle note of white tea reveals a soft and creamy sandalwood base note. Its charm is sublimed by white musk and tonka bean notes. I don't love that they added fragrance, but it is sort of the name of the game. It's something that you kind of expect with Guerlain. I didn't find it to be overpowering or strong at all, but just something worth noting. While 97% of the ingredients are naturally derived, the remaining 3% were chosen in good conscience. Their function is guaranteeing the impeccable, long-lasting hold of the foundation and its sensory qualities. So probably that fragrance falls under that 3%, and also any sort of stability ingredient, something that's going to make it last. On the bottom of the bottle, it has an expiration date of 04/21. A lot of brands will add preservatives so that the quality is maintained throughout the life of the foundation. I highly recommend you go to a Sephora as soon as this launches in store, get color matched, try a sample for yourself. That way you can wear it for a couple days and see how you like it, see how it lasts on you. Hopefully you love it just as much as I do. I really don't think anybody is going to be disappointed by this foundation. It is just that good. The next foundation I'm looking forward to reviewing is the new Charlotte Tilbury. I ordered it yesterday, so it should be landing on my doorstep any moment now. You don't want to miss out on that video. That's going to be coming up very shortly. And that completes today's video, so thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave me any of your comments or your questions down below. I love hearing from you guys, so if you've tried this foundation, let me know if you liked it, what your experience was like. Drop me a comment. That way we can keep the conversation going there. As always, I will be linking all of the products that I used on my face down below in the description box for your convenience. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.